Call the meeting in order. Call public hearing to order. First order of Planning Commission public hearing, August 30th. First order of business is Planning Commission Resolution 2011-03, a resolution to amend Section 5 of the City of Laverne Subdivision Regulation regarding bonds and letter of credit. Cal?
Mr. Chairman, this is just the basically the bonds and letter of credit revision that we discussed at the workshop, basically numerous months now. Probably get more into it if someone has questions or when we actually get into the main Planning Commission meeting, but it has a lot to do with kind of how we structure and how we're going to handle bonds and letters of credit from this point forward with subdivisions. It's got some time restrictions in here on when subdivisions need to be complete, and it just kind of goes through and cleans up the process a little bit and puts more definition into how things are done and the time frame and when they need to be done. Kind of an example of that is like if a portion of a subdivision is not complete and a developer is going to do a bond or a letter of credit, then that bond or letter of credit has to be in place before the plat can be signed off on by any city official or the Secretary of the Planning Commission. That way they can't get recorded. It kind of puts more checks and balances in the whole process to make sure that we get everything taken care of. Another big change was where the institutions that they can get the bonds and letters of credit from, and also the location of those institutions that the city has to deal with concerning if we have to call on a letter of credit or a bond. It's got that verbiage is in here to to restrict that more. Also on page 3 of 9, one thing that we didn't have in there is that we've got very clear now is the performance bond. If someone wants to do a performance bond, they can't just go out and get a performance bond of their choice and the city have no say in it. It's basically they can get a performance bond, but it has to be approved or reviewed and approved on a case-by-case basis by the city attorney. That's the main extent of most of these changes. There are several other small changes. A lot of the changes at the back is just the old wording and verbiage used to just reference performance bond and did not really state letter of credit. So if we're going to have bonds and letters of credit, we need to make sure that it says performance bond or letter of credit. That way it's continuous throughout the whole document. That way if someone says, well, I've got a letter of credit and it says that you can reduce a performance bond, can you reduce a letter of credit? It says reduction of performance bond or letter of credit, and in that way you have the verbiage in there to know exactly what you need to do.
Were there any other questions from the board? Okay, as there's no
There's been public comments, maybe.
yeah, if there's no, are there any public comments? If no public comments, this is adjourned. Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order for the Laverne Planning Commission, August 30th, our regular meeting. First, we have to determine the quorum. Quorum has been determined. Ask for approval of minutes from July 26, 2011 from the public hearing and July 26, 2011 of the regular meeting.
Chairman, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes for both the 26th public hearing and the 26th regular meeting.
I have a motion to accept the minutes from both public hearing and the regular meeting from July 26th. Are here a second?
Second.
All approved?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Old business, recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen for acceptance of Woodsong Subdivision Phase 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Brown?
Mr. Chairman, I had put together a report on this one, unlike in the past months. Someone on the board had asked that during the workshop, that we had put some technical items together to make sure to let y'all know what they're deficient on at this point. I will say I did have a meeting with the developer today. He really thought he was almost complete, and I'll give him that he did everything that he could do to try to meet the deadline of this meeting. However, there's just a few things still out there. I know a lot of, there's 4 items here, and a lot of the 4 items you would say looks like that's about everything he would have to do. However, his as-built plans, it's just a little bit of information. A lot of it has to do with the drainage that we've discussed on more than one occasion. He's just got to get his as-built plans to match the changes that he had to make in the field. Item number 2, the punch list items, we're still waiting to hear back from all departments. That's something that I don't know if they've had enough time at this point to go out and check everything. So, and the applicant has requested deferral to September on this, if possible. And I think he will probably have everything done by September, because when we discuss this stuff today, he is going out basically tomorrow and getting things started, like to address number 4. He's going to get the document to his attorney, that irrevocable dedication document that we have in our sub-regs. He's getting that to his attorney to fill out, and then work with our city attorney to get that worked out and approved and get that taken care of. The letter of credit, he's been in talks with his bank, and I've talked to his bank too. They're more than willing, just as soon as they know the exact date that they need to extend that. That's the only thing they're waiting on that. So that item will basically take care of itself when he knows that he's going to get at least to the mayor and alderman. And then, like I say, on the punch list items, probably by the end of the week, I expect to hear back from all departments. So it looks like September will be probably at the end of the month. By the time we have planning commission meeting, he should have all these items addressed to where y'all be able to vote on something that is complete, or give a favorable or unfavorable to the mayor and alderman on something that is complete. That way the mayor and alderman can hear that basically at their October meeting.
So just for clarification, we're going to, he's asked for a deferral for September.
Item needs to be deferred if
Okay.
at all possible.
Okay. Anyone from the board wish to comment as far as granting the deferral? Okay, deferral is granted. Next, Planning Commission Resolution 201103, a resolution to amend Section 5 of the City of Laverne subdivision regulation regarding bonds and letters of credit.
Mr. Chairman, this is the resolution that we just had the public hearing on. This concerns the bonds and letter of credit changes. I could go into those in detail if you would like, or if you, I think I basically already did that. If you would like me, if you have some specific questions, I can go back over certain parts if you want to do that. It is basically what we went over in the past, and I'll basically state this so it's in the minutes. I think it's been at least 4 or 5 months now that this board's been looking at this at workshops and making changes and looking through this. It has been reviewed by the city attorney, and the wording that's in here now, he is okay with. If somebody wanted to make a change at the last minute or something, I think we would need to push this back or something, but I think everyone's seen this wording, is okay with this wording, and he has reviewed this, and he's also okay with the wording that you see in front of him.
Mr. Chairman, I think we've spent several months working on this board, and with that being said, and with this numerous times, I think I'll just make a motion to send a favourable recommendation to Mayor and Alderman for the acceptance of the resolution.
I have a motion to send a favorable recommendation to the board of Mayor and Alderman. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion's been second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries for a favorable recommendation. On to new business. Excuse me. Final plat, re-subdivision of Lot 10, Heritage Valley, 9.4 acres, property located at 808 Park Court South, tax map 14 North.
Chairman, I'm sorry to interrupt. The last item, the Planning Commission resolution, that is not a recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Alderman. That ends here at this level.
It's
To amend
completed.
the
Okay.
Subdivision regulations, so if we
So
could
I'll
restate.
revise my resolution, not resolution to say, revise the request to say we'll honour accept as submitted.
Okay. Okay. Restating.
Second needs to be-
I'll second.
Okay. We have a acceptance of the Resolution 201103 and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
now we're better off. On to new business, final plat, re-subdivision of Lot 10, Heritage Valley, 9.4 acres, property located at 808 Park Court South, tax map 14 North, Group B, parcel 34, and tax map 18C, Group A, parcel 38, R3 zoning district, parcel owned by Bruce Eckenborough.
Eichbauer. Bruce Eichbauer.
Bruce Eichbauer, and the Heritage Valley Homeowners Association. Mr. Brown?
Mr. Chairman, this is an item that we discussed in great detail at the workshop. As you may recall, or everyone on board probably recalls, that we had quite a bit of discussion on this item. There are a few legal things that they needed to get worked out also. The applicant has requested deferral that is shown on the screen right now. So he is requesting that if he could defer this to the September meeting, that way he can get more of these items worked out. I think he needs to have maybe his attorney contact the city attorney and other things like that too, to know what direction he needs to go in before he starts making a lot of changes.
Okay, we have a deferral for that, and referral's granted. Next, we have a site plan for Safety Auto Sales and Repair, property located at 5397A Murfreesboro Road, tax map 18B, Group B, parcel 14.03, C2 zoning district, owned by Sweden Kawida. Kawida? I'm not good with names tonight.
Not sure on that one.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, this is the same plan that actually was submitted to the workshop. I have not had a resubmitted plan. I have not received a deferral request by letter, by mail, by anyone stopping by. The owners that night, as you may recall, we did ask, did you have any questions, and feel free to stop by, give us a call. I think they even got my business card stuff. I have not heard from them at all. I did hear from another architect besides the one that drew this plan up, who came in to see what all these comments were all about, and if there's any way possible he could, I think, pick it up and take it where the other one left off and finish up the plans. However, he, after meeting with myself and the building official, decided that I think he was going to refer him to maybe a civil site engineer to do the plans for him that would be more familiar with variances and things like that, because he could tell from what we discussed at the workshop that there's going to be a lot more involved than what he felt like he needed to prepare for the applicant. He also said that he has told the applicant numerous times that they needed to request deferral, which, like I say, I've not heard anything. So this will need to be voted on as is, and there were 24 technical items that were in the Planning Commission workshop. I did not change the items up, but I could probably add more to that, but at least I know those 24 are there, and I think that's enough at this point that, this board will know that the plan's not in order at this time.
Okay, at this time, I would like to, just for clarification, since I did butcher the name, I'd like to spell for the, just for the minutes. First name Swenden, last name Kwenda, with 24 plus remaining technical items, 24 on the agenda that have been discussed. Do I hear a motion on this item?
Mr. Chairman, during the workshop, this was discussed heavily. The applicants were there. We advised them the procedure. And with that, I'll make a motion to deny as submitted due to the 24 technical items on the report dated August 30th, 2011.
Okay, I have a motion to deny, citing the 24 remaining technical items. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Can I ask a question first?
Yes.
I just want to ask one question. Do we need to attach these technical items to the minutes so that it can be a matter of the record, public record? I didn't know.
It probably can be. I don't know if
I
Bruce
didn't know
wants
if
you to
Bruce
add that
needed,
to the
I didn't know if
motion or
Bruce,
not.
Bruce need to or not. I didn't know.
I will reference the report in the motion
Okay.
because it was mentioned in
Okay.
the motion, and the report will be in the.
I vote aye then. I vote aye.
Okay. All voting aye with a reference to the agenda itself to show the 24 items. Motion is denied. Next, we have a bond of letters of credit update.
Mr. Chairman, everyone should have a bond list in front of them. There's been a few additions to the developments that I've added. We've got Center Point Section 1, I believe, was on there at the workshop. That's the Ajax Turner development that's going on now. And also the Nacarado Industrial Park has now got their plat recorded and is actually working on their building facility at this time also. Other than that, we have two subdivisions, one in Lake Forest, Phase 65. The letter of credit will expire September 25th. I've been in contact with the bank. They are going to extend that letter of credit. And then also on Woodsong, Section 4, letter of credit will expire September 16th. I've been in contact with Rick Risha, which is a developer, which is also Woodsong 1, 2, and 3. And as I spoke earlier, I met with him again today. So talked to him before and today, and he's going to have that extended also. So everything should be up to date.
With that being said, any questions from the board? This meeting is adjourned.